Hey, welcome everybody to another episode of the TrashRats podcast. We are back again. It has been over a month since our last upload, which is fine. You all just have to be patient, but we wanted to get an episode out for Christmas because Christmas is coming up, and I believe this episode should be out probably Christmas Eve, so I'm sure a lot of people are going to avoid their family and just go listen to this in their room instead.
Or preferably play it for your family at the Christmas dinner table.
Because it's a family-friendly podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to probably keep it clean this episode. I hate to be this guy, and I know it's really none of my business, but I have a question for you two. I'm curious if you are having a holly jolly season.
I guess. I actually hate holidays because my routine gets destroyed.
Which is your routine?
I don't know, just like normal stuff. Like when I'm hungry, I go buy food.
Oh yeah, right. Oh fuck Christ! Everything's gonna be closed down. I forgot about that.
And then they expect me to have like a turkey dinner or something at home.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never been a big fan of Christmas, just because it's fucking. If I ever have kids, I'm never gonna let them know that Christmas ever exists.
Yeah, good idea. I really don't understand.
No, what you should do is have your kid ruin Christmas for everybody else and tell him like Santa is fake. Go to school and tell all the kids that it's fake.
I'm going to tell my kid
make
that
everybody cry.
I'm going to tell my kid that Santa's fake, and then when he's talking to other kids and they tell him that Santa's real, and he asks me why they believe in Santa, I'm going to say it's because their parents are lying to them because they don't love them.
Yeah, I mean that's
probably true.
Well, all right, so I know I'm guilty of this, but I made like the Christmas knife game song, and I said a lot of stuff about like Santa not being real, but I think the new based opinion is that Santa is real, and that non-Santa believers are kind of cucks. So I've rolled back on that opinion that Santa's not real.
I think that might have to do with the Reddit-fied definition of atheism, because I've noticed in the last couple of years there's been a real rise of religious people online being extremely smug and arrogant in the same way that atheist people online were like 10 years ago.
Oh, okay.
And it's like
religion's on its way back.
It's like if you say anything like you don't believe in God or any atheist stuff, like people will shit on you way more now than ever before. So I don't know what Vincent the Atheist can possibly do to fight back against this tyranny.
He can become a Christian.
I think he should. I mean, Christian, that's like one of the lamer religions. I think he should go like be Islamic like Rusty is.
Yeah. Become a Muslim. Inshallah. Yeah. No, it's definitely true. I think it's just the kind of ebbs and flows of, I don't know,
it's the pendulum.
Society. Like, it's the pendulum. So people are just tired of having. The atheists had their voice. They got to say all the things they wanted. They fucking rubbed it in everyone's faces. I'm sure I was a part of that too with songs like There Isn't Any God and whatnot. But
yeah, I think we are both pretty guilty of that.
Yeah. But now it's like, so now the new rebellion against that, the counterculture idea is just being full blown religious, having, moral family values, believing in Christ and the morals of the Bible and whatnot.
Isn't that crazy? Speaking of the pendulum swinging, now the counterculture thing is to be trad. That is so crazy.
It is.
Remember summer of 2020, I made that documentary proving that God is real?
If I recall, you posted a trailer promising that documentary, and then it never came out.
Oh, shit. I don't think I ever made it public.
Oh, no.
I forgot.
Better post it on Christmas Day.
I accidentally scheduled it for 2024.
Oh, well, everybody, mark your calendar.
Sorry about my chewing. I'm eating broccoli. So what's
been
happening?
Podcasting snack?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, something loud and crunchy. I feel like I don't remember even what we talked about on the last episode. But
we made fun of Reactor for getting COVID, and that was pretty much it.
That was pretty cool. Natural immunity.
Yeah, well, now there's the new one. I think the new one came out. The Omicron came out since that last episode.
Oh, yeah.
Omicron.
Yeah. Did you see the symptoms of it?
What, it's like fever, stuffy nose,
headache.
Yeah.
Mild fever.
Like, is it even fever? I don't know.
Are they suggesting that Omicron is not going to kill anybody if the worst symptom is headache?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it just seems like everyone forgot. I know we've talked about this before, but like everyone forgot what it was like to have the flu. It's not that fucking bad. You have to have mild irritating symptoms for like a day or two, and then you're just back to normal.
Yeah, and the symptoms, the top 5 Omicron symptoms are runny nose, headache, fatigue, sneezing, and sore throat. And this is what people are taking experimental medical procedures for.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
right.
the only scary part of COVID is that you can't breathe. But if that's not even a top 5 factor of Omicron, why are we even calling it COVID?
Well, yeah, and naturally viruses mutate to become safer because a virus that wants to kill people wouldn't last very long. You know, like parasites need their host. But I don't know, this is like the natural order of things. Viruses just become less deadly and more annoying.
Right.
So actually, if you get this annoying version of COVID, then you'll just have natural immunity from all of them. Sort of like when you get cowpox and you become immune to smallpox, which is how real vaccines were invented.
Well, I'm glad we got right into COVID.
Yep, there we go.
On this episode.
But now we're done with it.
Merry Christmas.
Hey, I don't know if Chris, if you would even know. God damn it! I don't know why I called you
Chris.
that. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I don't think I've ever done that in my entire life.
I know what you're saying, Ben.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
Oh, I didn't even know his name was Ben.
It's not. It's Philip, but it doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah.
What I saw that clip of your brother Tim with R.A. the Rugged Man, and they're like got in some fight or something. What the fuck was that all about? That shit was hilarious.
Well, it was like last week or something. This like old rapper guy from like the 90s. No one's ever really heard of him.
And you have the nerve to come up to me and tell me my experiences don't matter when I'm fighting the fight.
Stop screaming, bitch. Stop screaming, first of all. Talk to me like because I'm not that guy.
Yeah,
Talk
you are.
normal.
You
I'm not
are.
that
You
guy.
actually are, dude. Yeah. You are that guy.
I'm talking about I'm not that guy to fucking scream at, bitch. You want to get fucked up? Huh?
All right.
What the fuck you screaming at, bitch?
So I know R.A. the Rugged Man. I used to listen to him all the time because he was in groups with rappers that I actually liked.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
He used to like rap with this guy Cage in this group called the Smut Peddlers, I think, or the Weathermen. I forget.
He's like really woke, apparently. So, but also he's like tribal woke. So it's like, it's one thing to be like fighting for social justice, like a jerk, but it's another thing to be like, you want social justice for this race of people, but not this other race of people.
Okay,
you know. And I guess that's what
like you're allowed to say cracker, but you can't say anything else.
And he said that so many times in the episode too. But
and he is white.
Yeah, but
he's like a wigger.
But like basically, he got into an argument with Tim because Tim was like, "Oh yeah, when I was younger, because I'm mixed race, when we first moved into our neighborhood in Chicago, people were throwing bricks through our parents' minivan and like sticking signs to our door. Like
who was doing that?
Like people, because my mom looks Asian, she's half Asian, so like they thought it was like some white.
Which subgroup of Chicago hates Asians the most?
No, I don't know. No, but they thought like some new family moved into the neighborhood with some white guy and his Asian wife, and it pissed them off because it was like race mixing.
That's the ultimate trad life.
Yeah. So they're like, so they were messing with us a little bit until they heard our British accents, and they were like, oh,
oh, that's normal over there.
Yeah. Or no, so these are white people or something.
Tim was bringing that up, and R.A. the Rugged Man, he didn't like that.
Yeah, so he called him a liar and started laughing at him like, "You're a white boy. You don't know what it's like to be poor." Like, what? Seriously? It's funny because I remember in public school, my family was so poor that you know those Lunchable nachos. You know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So my friend always would bring his Lunchable nachos, and he didn't want the cheese, so that's what I would eat for lunch every day. That's pretty poor.
I mean, that's like, I guess, is that poor or is that just convenient for parents?
What, not feeding their kids?
You know, Reactor didn't get a lunch. He was eating the remnants of somebody else's lunch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he didn't want to eat his cheese. He would eat the salsa. So I would ask him for his cheese. And then I was just
he would eat an ounce of cold nacho cheese for lunch?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I thought Asians couldn't eat cheese. He must have been farting up a storm when he got back to class.
Lunchable cheese isn't really cheese. Sort of like American cheese isn't cheese.
How dare you?
So I'm seeing that R.A. the Rugged Man, whose real name is R.A. Thorburn.
It's like some weird.
He's of German, Scottish, and Sicilian descent. So he's pretty fucking white by today's standards.
Yeah.
Mumpke, did you see this clip?
Oh, did you see the after? Are you talking about the private? Like, because Tim's got his regular show IRL that he live streams on YouTube, but then there's also members only content. And in the members only content, he like smacked the microphone and stood up like.
That's what I'm talking about. So that was like all over fucking Twitter where he's like, don't fucking talk to me. Or I forget what he's saying.
I ain't that guy.
Yeah, I ain't that guy. And he like slaps the microphone. I thought he was actually, he seemed pretty intimidating. I thought he was going to beat up Tim, but I assume Tim has some security. Or if that's just what RA does, like if he's just like bombastic like that to make a good show or an entertaining clip.
We have a control panel that can tase the guests whenever we need.
Okay, perfect.
You can't really see it on his show, but they're actually sitting, their chairs in a puddle of water.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm going to use that clip, so tell Tim not to copyright it or whatever.
Well, I mean, it's not just taken from YouTube; it's taken from like paid content. But he won't care. I don't know.
Mumpke, you didn't see that?
I don't want to sound like a big asshole, but when I see people sharing Tim Pool videos on Twitter, I mute them immediately. So no, I have not seen it.
Oh man. All right. Well.
Oh no. Hey, there was more to it though. Then after that happened, the Young Turks invited the dude on.
Oh, okay.
And then I don't know.
He gets to go both sides of the aisle.
Well, no. Then the Young Turks just like sucked his dick on their show.
That's right.
Oh, of course they did.
So you, Tim Pool's a racist, right? And that R.A., what's that guy's name? R.A. the homeless
rugged man.
Homeless man. Rugged man.
He's very rugged.
Yeah. Like, he was like, Tim Pool's dumb.
I don't know, like, something about R.A. the Rugged Man just seems cringy. I think it's probably the way that he edges his beard. Where it's,
he reminds me of this dude that was in basic training with me in the military.
Oh, really?
Like he was like this big dumb. I don't know. I got stories about him. Basically, I tricked him into kicking me in the back. Got him kicked out of the military.
Oh, cool.
Like he was trying to start a fight with me, but I'm not dumb, so I'm not going to fight someone and get kicked out of the military. So I like whispered to him like, "You're just a little bitch. You're not going to do shit. You're just going to sit there like a bitch." And he couldn't hold it in, and when I turned around, he like kicked me in the back, and I fell down and just laid there.
Isn't that like why? Didn't you not have to do shit because of that? You just pretended to be very injured by it.
No, well, that was in basic training, and I just got him to kick me in front of drill sergeants, drill instructors, and he got in trouble.
Well, speaking of getting your butt broken, did you see that Tariq Nasheed released a buck-breaking NFT collection?
Oh my god, what?
Yeah, if you go into news stories, you gotta look at that picture. It's like
we watched that full movie at your house, right, Rusty?
Did we watch it? I think I was kind of like in and out of watching, but from what I saw, it was fucking ridiculous. I should probably watch it again. It seemed like it was pretty long though.
Like dude's monetizing slavery.
So he's. I want to see what all these buck-breaking NFTs look like, but they're pretty ridiculous. It's just shitty. First off, what a ridiculous concept. Tariq Nasheed is now just banking off of the buck-breaking thing. Like, that's his thing now, is having his buck broken.
Well, if you learned the true history of your country, wouldn't you want to say it as many times as possible so everybody can hear it?
Yeah, well, I mean, the NFT that he tweeted out is, it shows, like, I guess a white slave master, and he's doing the OK symbol, like the white power or whatever.
That's what they did back then.
Yeah, they're really trying. He's rewriting history by making it seem like that's where it started from. I guess to signify to other white slave owners and your broken buck.
How much are they selling for?
Let's see. How do I find that out?
Volume traded. There's 10 items. Oh yeah, you can just click on the OpenSea link.
Yeah, what is that? 0.2 Ethereum about? Pretty much for all of them.
Oh, is
How
that
much
what it
is
is?
0.2 Ethereum worth?
Well, one Ethereum is like probably like 3,500 to 4,000. I haven't actually checked lately.
I thought everything had crashed.
Yeah,
What
it
the
kind of has. I mean, this is what I've been talking about for a while. You know, this whole big financial crash that everyone should be preparing for. And now, you know, inflation is on everyone's tongue as prices of everything is going up except for wages. And the market's
and
crashing.
here's why it's a good thing.
Yeah, right. Here's why inflation's a good thing.
Now they'll pay you twice as much. Like, wait, what? It's the same amount.
Yeah, and I don't even think they are paying people more. So the price of everything is going up, but they aren't actually, wages aren't going up. So everything just costs more and no one has enough money to pay for it. And I feel like it's going to get considerably worse.
Yeah, that's my question. Do you guys see any positive future for America? Because I feel like for a few years now, it's been in the decline and only getting worse and worse. I don't see any improvements on the horizon.
I think the best is yet to come.
I don't know, man. This seems like the slow decline into I definitely. I mean, I don't know. What were you gonna say, Reactor?
Isn't the GOP taking over the House soon?
Maybe. I've been really bad at following politics recently.
Yeah, and
the way I see the history of the American economy, we used to have this free labor, and we made so much money. Then they took that away. Then we had World War II. And that gave the economy a big boost, and all the baby boomers were rich and living it up. And now it just seems like we're on the decline, and we need another big world war or maybe some more free labor to really get the economy going again, because I don't see any way we can fix this shit.
Bring back free labor, but now no one wants to work. So how would you get people to work for free?
What is it? Didn't Kamala Harris get a bunch of free labor by extending prison sentences?
Oh yeah, that's right.
She did.
We should unreform
She's
prison.
a genius, yeah. We should reform prison sentences so that we get free labor.
Wasn't she the president for a brief period of time?
She had the power of the president.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, she could shoot lasers out of her knuckles.
But I did see that 3 days ago, there was a story, Joe Biden had very close contact with a COVID positive person. And then he gave a press conference yesterday. And he could not stop coughing.
Oh shit!
The entire speech, he was hacking up a lung.
You kidding?
So
Jen Psaki,
no, I'm not kidding.
The press lady, whatever, the press secretary. I don't know what they call it, but she said that he's asymptomatic, which implies that he has it.
Yeah.
But from what you just told me, he's clearly not asymptomatic.
No, he's coughing it up. He's 83 years old. I think Kamala could be our president, next year.
That would be fun.
Hell yeah.
That would be fucking hell world, of course. I mean, and just contributing to the inevitable decline of America. I hate to be that person that's like America's on the out and out, but I do not see any sign of anything actually going to. Sorry, someone's calling me. I don't see any sign of.
Go ahead and answer it.
Yeah, put it on speakerphone.
I don't know. It's all just going to shit, man. The stock market's is fake. It always has been, of course, but now it's even super, super fake. It's going to collapse probably next year. I don't know what to do with my cash. Inflation's going to make everyone's savings just become
put it all
worthless.
in Bitcoin or put it all in Doge. I'm all in Doge right now.
Yeah. Doge fell down to 16 cents, and I bought a shit ton. So if it gets up to 25, I'm going to be rich.
Hey, last time you bought it when it was down to 17, right?
I don't know if it was 17. I think I bought it at 19 and sold it in the 30s.
Nice.
So if I can sell it in the 30s again, I'm gonna have 40 grand.
Oh nice. Shit, man! You really bought that much?
Well, I assume I don't remember how much I bought, but if it goes up into the 30s, it's gonna be a big payday.
Yeah.
Damn, man. Yeah, I sold all my Dogecoin.
Hopefully before it fell.
Yeah, no, I sold it in the green. Not for that much profit, but I knew it was gonna fall. I feel like it's just on the out and out.
No, I think. I mean, who knows? But Elon Musk is gonna launch that Doge rocket, and that'll at least put it in the news.
All right, let's see what Doge is at right now.
It's at 17 right now.
Yeah, 17, 8, between 17 and 18 probably.
Maybe I will buy back in. That's really fucking cheap.
It's a pretty cheap.
You should.
Yeah.
Man, I was listening to some just random people's podcast, like random other YouTubers that don't really have a lot of followers. And
So us?
yeah, it's I realize I think podcasts really are fucking boring. I don't know why people listen to them.
Oh, I don't agree with that at all. I listen to like 2 or 3 podcasts a day. You just have to find the good ones.
But like, is this a good one, or is this just 3 guys talking about our limited understanding of the world?
If I was a fan of us 3, I would definitely listen to this show.
Yeah, it's got the elements of all of our channels.
They were also pulling in probably about the exact same amount of views, despite really not having any following.
Hey, think of it this way. How many people out there have 4,000 people who are willing to listen to them have a conversation? We're one of the measly few, and I think we should be proud of that.
I mean, I don't know. It seems like a lot of people now have that same type of pull and audience.
I mean,
Really?
less than a fraction of 1%.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, okay.
Maybe we should give away Amazon gift cards.
We should give away space on this channel. Like, hey, you made a video? Yeah, we'll post it for you.
We just post their videos on this channel.
Yeah, like if you have a podcast, we'll post it on this channel, and we'll put like 10 ad breaks in it.
We can react to it.
Sure, yeah. A podcast, listening to somebody else's podcast and pausing to discuss their discussion.
Man, it's weird. It's weird doing a podcast after you haven't for so long. How quickly you can like diverge back into not knowing how to talk or keep afloat. Or is this just me? Am I just self-conscious about everything at the moment?
That's probably just you, because you also have not posted like a YouTube video all year. So maybe you're just like out of it.
A whole year? What's wrong with you, man?
Yeah, wait, how long's it been for you?
I think it was like summer of 2019. No.
True.
No, it was like maybe
Reactor
April.
posts vlogs every day, dude.
Oh, yeah, that's
He's
right.
making shit.
Yeah, April of 2020.
Yeah, I need to get back on it. I mean, I plan on making... I'm going to try to do like at least one a month for this next year, but also trying to work on an album as well. And this whole album is about like the collapse of America and the destruction of the individual mind into just devastating mental poverty.
You should write a
I'm
song.
trying to...
You should write a song about the best is yet to come. That's what you can call it, and it can be about how like we're gonna vote our way out of the corrupt elections and stuff.
Yeah. Right. If you can make your voice heard and salvage this somehow,
Make an optimistic song that is extremely ironic.
Yeah, we're gonna vote our way out of these rigged elections.
Well, this is what I'm pissed about is like, all right, so I just released the Christmas news song, and as of yet, it's not demonetized, but they demonetized the family-friendly news song. They said it didn't actually break any terms of service, but that it like was not suitable for all audiences because of the subject matter, which I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I went out of my way to make that song so that it was not about suicide. But I guess the image of the noose is just so bad and so triggering that they had to age restrict it, demonetize it, and also they put a suicide thing on there. So if you go and try to watch the video, you have to see, hey, are you troubled right now? Here's a suicide hotline.
That's a badge of honor.
It's putting the idea of suicide in people's head, which that was the complete antithesis of what the song was about.
Well, let's ask Reactor. What did you think of the new Christmas news song?
I would give it a 8 out of 10.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. So
Rusty,
not cringe?
Before you joined the call, I asked him the same question, and he said he had not watched it yet.
That's fine. Apparently no one has.
Well, I still give it.
It's
8 out of 10.
2 minutes long. It's too much of a time commitment.
Yeah. I don't know. I fear that everything I make may be cringe, and it's hard to tell if it is or isn't. That's why I asked you.
Who cares, man?
But isn't it supposed to be
Cringe, not
cringe?
cringe.
You're making kid songs about suicide.
It's not a kid's song. It's a Christmas song. It's for
okay.
everyone.
Oh,
It's for the entire family.
I like to imagine your videos get swept up in the whole string of auto plays when parents give the tablet to their babies.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of hoping for that. Like in the metadata, I put a lot of tags with like Christmas music, Christmas songs, background Christmas music. So I'm hoping that if someone does just look that up, it might, get on some sort of playlist and just start playing during a Christmas dinner.
Well, it's not like really the playlist. I think it's like because babies don't click next, it just auto plays to the next one. The most
right.
Well, I guess you would have to link them somehow. Like YouTube would see that this song or this kid's video typically gets nexted to your song,
right?
And then they link them like that, and then just start doing it naturally.
Well, did you label the video as suitable for children so that it would appear on YouTube Kids?
No, I did not. I avoided that because you can't monetize.
Big mistake.
Maybe you could make a playlist with a bunch of kids' songs and then your song.
I mean, maybe I could. Maybe I should.
And call it Super Friendly Baby Playlist Happy Songs. And then,
or just make a separate channel like Rusty Cage Kids Covers or something, and then post all the gnarliest fucked up shit you've ever made and tag it as for kids. Because why not?
Weren't we talking about doing that before? Making a kids channel just with like ridiculous content? I forget what the thing was.
That sounds like you and Emp Lemon having a brainchild.
Oh, you know what? I think it was Emp Lemon, actually. It was a bad idea.
Oh, you mean like Moneysuckle?
Yeah, no, that's done for.
It's done?
It's gotta be, man. I feel bad for everyone.
You said you were
going to
interview that one kid. What happened to that?
No one knows who he is anymore. It doesn't matter. The kid,
How does he feel about that?
16-year-old who became a millionaire off crypto or something like that.
No, he was interested in crypto. I don't think he was rich.
He's the 16-year-old who's interested in crypto.
Wait, why are you guys not doing that anymore? You guys are basically neighbors. It takes no effort to make it, and his girlfriend edits the video. Like, what's the problem?
Because it's pointless. It's just like, why
I've watched
do it
every
at
single
all?
one. It entertained me. You don't care about me?
Well, no, I mean, it does take time. It takes a little bit of time that I could be doing literally nothing and probably getting better results or contributing more to the world by doing nothing.
How does Emp feel about that? Is he crestfallen?
I think Emp only wanted to do it so that we had a reason to hang out.
I think Emp thought it was going to hit the algorithm and be very famous.
Yeah, that was the goal, but that wasn't happening. So he's like, oh, we got to just make more. We got to film more videos. I'm like, yeah, we got to film a shitload more and, pump them out 5 times a day, which is a fucking another thing that I hate. I don't know why this trend that I assume Tim started of releasing like fucking 5 videos a day. So now if you subscribe to anyone, like 10 channels that I subscribe to are now all on the 5 video a day thing. And it's just flooding my subscription feed.
Sink or swim.
Time to unsubscribe.
Yeah, maybe we should release all 5 of clips of this podcast
on the same day.
Yeah,
or just release the full episode in 5-minute chunks.
You know what
like
the next
every
wave
hour.
Is? The next wave of that thing, because it works, or it used to work well, and that's how Tim did well. You post 5 shitty contents videos a day, and then you get more watch time. But then what people are going to start doing is making 5 amazing videos a day.
Right.
It's like hard enough making 1 a week. And then there's going to be someone out there who's just talented enough to make 5 amazing, crazily edited videos a day. And
that person already exists, and his name is, what's the name of that fat guy who does the late night show? James Corden. His name is James Corden. He posts several videos a day on his late night show YouTube channel, and they're all of stellar quality.
No, you know what's funny about the late show comedy? All the comedy is like they get
the vaccine, get the vaccine.
Well, no, not just that.
You are a fascist if you don't get the vaccine.
They'll do something that's not entertaining at all, but they'll do it with a celebrity. So it's like, oh, look, Kirsten Dunst is with me, and we're going to play ping pong. And it's like, people watch that because they're like, ooh, look, it's a celebrity.
Do people watch it?
I think so.
I'd love to see their numbers.
Yeah, right.
I think they get like 1 million views a day.
I doubt it.
I mean, I see that shit pop up in my feed all the time, and it's like every Colbert video has over 1 million views.
Yeah,
Even
but they can
Samantha
also afford.
Bee is killing it.
They're probably paying for bot farms.
I think people just don't want to watch it live, so they watch it the next day on YouTube.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, who you can even watch it live? You'd have to have television.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right?
Yeah, I guess the 5 video a day thing is the way to go, rather than just
Fuck no, it's not. What are you
3
talking
times
about?
a year. Well, if that's where the money is.
What are you going to post 5 times a day? 5 times a day is for people who have literally nothing to offer but reading an article that somebody else wrote. It's impossible to write to make 5 videos a day.
Actually, I think a podcast is probably the best way to do it, and like split the podcast up. But another interesting fact about my brother is Timcast IRL, his podcast, is the most super chatted channel in North America, and globally he's number 15, and he's beaten out by a bunch of like anime girls.
He's beaten out by them?
Yeah, so he's number 15 globally, but because the other 14 are like these cartoon anime girl avatar channels. And I guess
that is interesting.
Super chatting them.
What the fuck is next for Tim? Is he just gonna keep riding this until he's like what else can you possibly do?
I mean, if you were making $100,000 a day, would you ever stop?
I don't know. I mean, I'd probably get bored doing it after a while.
I wouldn't get bored making that money.
Like Tim's kind of, and now I am too, like helping Tim, but like he's kind of stuck in like this. Well, I guess that's how a job works, though. Now that I think about it, you're stuck in like this repetitive loop where you have to keep doing it.
Yeah, every single day you have to just fucking. If I had to do this podcast every day, I mean, I'm already running out of things to say, and it's only been like half an hour. I couldn't imagine having to talk for hours and hours a day, having to have any sort of emotion at all, not just kind of being completely numb.
Yeah, well, I mean, he talks about news, so it's kind of easy to have a conversation about things that are new.
Okay, so what's new? Let's try it. What's something that happened that's interesting?
Well, I wanted to talk about the Ghislaine Maxwell trial because it seems like people don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I have no idea what the fuck happened to it because I remember everyone was talking about it for a little bit. Twitter had that account that was like, Ghislaine Maxwell trial updates, and then that got taken off of Twitter. It got banned.
They made a new one.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Yeah. However well it's doing.
What's interesting is that the jury, as of this recording, is still in deliberation, and I'm guessing that's going to come out right around Christmas time with a nice fat not guilty.
On a Friday.
Yeah. Well, on Christmas, yeah.
Or well, I think, I guess Saturday would be the best.
Yeah,
like
just announce it on Christmas Day, and nobody, the media is already ignoring it, so nobody's going to see it.
Which is kind of suspicious.
It is suspicious.
You think it's suspicious that all the media companies whose presidents may or may not have been involved with Epstein, you think it's a big conspiracy that they're holding it back?
No, it's a little odd. I mean, wasn't that so? Did the last episode had the Kyle Rittenhouse trial even ended yet?
Yeah, I think so.
Pretty sure.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, so it's like that was now the conspiracies. That's just to kind of keep us preoccupied, so we don't talk about the Ghislaine Maxwell one. Why isn't that one being, like clips being blasted? Why is that not? I think they aired?
were. On the media, on the news, you mean?
Or just I haven't seen any clips from Ghislaine Maxwell's trial.
Oh, no. Because so Kyle Rittenhouse was a state court.
Oh.
He was being charged by the state of Wisconsin, and Maxwell's being charged by the federal government.
I see.
So, so there's no cameras allowed in courts for the federal government, which is very suspicious.
At that
From
point,
what I've slowly or very loosely been following the trial just based on the Twitter updates, and the big headline for me is that it's pretty much 100% confirmed by evidence that Jeffrey Epstein was murdered, and that they even attempted it the day before and failed, and then did it again the next day. Yeah, that has been confirmed, and nobody gives a shit.
Well, it's because the media doesn't talk about it. It's hard to the media actually tells the world what reality is.
There is a podcast that has been covering it. I'll look that up right now. So if anybody wants to listen, they do like every day they recap everything that happened. It's called True Anon. So if you go to the True Anon podcast, they cover everything from the trial.
Sounds like a conspiracy theory channel, though.
They're just recapping what happened in court. No conspiracies necessary.
So what was the evidence that he was murdered?
Yeah. So what did you hear?
It was a bunch of marks on his neck as if somebody had been choking him from behind.
Yeah, but isn't the official story that he choked himself
with his hands?
Well, we'll have to look it up because I don't want to spread misinformation. But from what I read, it was more or less confirmed with evidence that it was a murder.
Huh. I remember hearing that they leaked a gas into the prison, and that the guards were asleep or something.
They leaked gas into the... Okay.
Yeah, like, I can't remember exactly what it was. It's so long ago. But, like, so it was something about, like, some hitmen type people released, like, some sort of gas, a knockout gas at the guards.
Oh, shit.
And then disabled the cameras, and it was, like, highly professional.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it.
Here's another interesting thing from the court. When the FBI raided Epstein's house and they broke into his safe, I mean, you can only imagine what kind of fucked up shit Jeffrey Epstein is keeping in his personal safe at his home. That's got to be just like all of the tapes of every politician fucking children and all that stuff. It turns out the evidence found in that safe has been misplaced and they don't know where it is.
And they didn't charge anyone with any crimes.
I wonder where it went.
Gee whiz, I sure hope that America is on the up and up because it seems like it.
You better make a song about it.
I also heard there's supposedly a submarine base under the island.
What the fuck? Under an island?
Well, yeah, you know, like in the movies, like the James Bond villain has like a submarine cave that he floats into. Yeah, like that.
I don't know, man. I don't
I mean,
even
it's
know
not
how
that crazy,
I would feel.
really. If you think about it, if you have all the money in the world, you can build a submarine cave.
Yeah, why not? I mean, I'm sure I would do that. I'm sure that's something Tim should.
You would
look
build
into.
a submarine cave on your pedophile island?
Well, if I was Jeffrey Epstein, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not though, so no, I would not.
Yeah, but if it ever happens,
I'm just trying to think. What if Ghislaine Maxwell gets not guilty?
Yeah.
It just seems like the game is fucking over at that point.
Well, I mean,
we've
what's
lost.
the game
There
anyway?
is no there. But it's becoming so clear now that people are not in control of anything. It's all just being manipulated. At least for a while, you know, it seemed like an individual citizen had the illusion that they could actually make some sort of change or do something. But this is like every single person is against Ghislaine Maxwell. It's pretty fucking obvious that she's hugely responsible for this, and there's no way she's going to get guilty.
Well, I think if I were her attorney, I would be going with the narrative that someone who's already died was the mastermind.
Right.
So I would
and
paint
she
her
was
as
the
a
victim, right?
Yeah. Like, oh no, Epstein's a monster. He made her do all this, but thank goodness he's gone.
I'm glad I have audio of Reactor sarcastically saying Epstein was a monster.
Oh no, Epstein's a monster. What a bad guy.
He shouldn't have done that to those kids.
Oh no, this is terrible. Epstein's so bad.
So
Yeah,
I mean,
that's the direction I'd go though.
like, so is there a way? Is there any way out of this at this point? Is every single country compromised by some sort of like global pedophile ring or just authoritarian secretive government? Like China just seems to have everyone in their pocket. Australia's fucked. The United States is probably fucked.
I think I might have mentioned this before, but like logically, we were taken over by an organized crime ring. Organized crime, like the ultimate goal is to have ultimate power for an organized crime ring. You know, they don't want to like be like the Italian mob fighting the New York City police the entire time. That's like that's like low level stuff. So if like you want to be a cabal or you want to be like some organized crime lord, the highest office is what you want. And and you're willing to kill to get it, which honest people are not willing to do. So that means you have an advantage over honest people, which means logically a crime lord, a crime boss, or a cult would be able to get the office before an honest person.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, and even if you were an honest person and you wanted to try to make positive change or try to, take back the country or whatever, you'd have to be playing by those rules. You would have to also be willing to have your opponents, snuffed out. Yeah. Which obviously happens all the time.
Or even then, like how does an honest person defend against people who are willing to do whatever it takes?
Yeah, I mean, that's the story of Ned Stark, and it did not work out for him.
Oh, really?
I mean, that's the whole thrust of Game of Thrones, like the first book, the first season, is that Ned Stark refuses to, play their game, but they're willing to do anything, and of course they win.
I thought Ned Stark was Tony Stark's dad for a second.
Might be.
Yeah, like, was that his dad who started Stark Industries?
I think so.
Yeah.
That was also Ned Stark. Yeah, I actually forget what exactly Ned Stark did that got him killed.
Yeah, it was like the first season, so no one remembers.
I remember. Yeah. I mean, he was the hand of the king, and the king got slain by a boar, and he's like, okay, you're going to be the new king. But then the bitch, what's her name? Cersei. Whatever the woman is. Yeah, Cersei, she's like, nah, I'm going to make Joffrey king. And then they just killed Ned, so not much he could really do.
Oh, because that was the whole. She was like, "I didn't marry this old man for no reason."
Yeah.
So when does this all come to head? You think? Like, are we just going to be living out, roughly comfortable lives, just enough to keep us preoccupied and satisfied enough that we don't? I don't know. Like, we don't stop playing the game and going in every election pretending like, oh, we're voting for the good guy against the evil guy, and fucking, oh, thank God we got this check in the mail that's going to keep us satisfied, and we can buy shit that we don't need off of Amazon, and as long as we can order food, from DoorDash.
As long as we can eat our bugs and live in our pod and own nothing, we will be happy.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think it goes until, like, people get fed up, but if you do it slowly,
I think we're not even going to have the opportunity to care about any of this soon. I think World War III is much more likely than American Civil War II, Tim Pool. So you might want to do some research on that. First of all, basically confirmed that China made COVID in a lab to stop the Hong Kong protesters. Interesting, we haven't heard about them ever since COVID began.
That's true. It was Russia, also Fauci.
Well, fuck Fauci. Russia is invading countries again. I mean, World War III has got to be on the horizon if these other countries don't stop fucking around.
Did you see this? Did you see that fentanyl just became the #1 cause of death for people the age of 18 to 24?
For people who use counterfeit bills?
Wait, what?
No. Fentanyl is the #1 cause of death for people who try to pay with counterfeit money.
True. But fentanyl was brought here by fucking China.
Just like COVID.
So the fentanyl shit is fucking scary because people just they just slip it into everything. Medications, if you're buying anything not over the counter, and even fentanyl is over the counter, it's prescribed for a while. I'm not really sure how that's going, but they put it in cocaine. So if people if they buy cocaine, there'll be fentanyl in it, and then they get addicted to that, and then they keep buying it. So now everyone's just addicted to fentanyl. It's killing 18 to 24. Is that a fucking real story? I should probably look this up.
Probably.
Do either of you know what the high from fentanyl feels like? Because
it's morphine. It's a potent version of morphine, which is technically heroin.
What are people feeling that they're taking it so much that it's killing them?
I think
it's just like a euphoric feeling.
Maybe because it's more potent than heroin, they're trying to dose the same amount as heroin.
Yeah, well, it's like it doesn't take a lot to kill you, so it's really easy to overdose because you can only handle so much. It's a lot more fickle than just building up a tolerance, from what I understand.
Yeah, maybe it's hard to measure.
It relaxes you so much that your organs stop working. Like, is that what's going on?
No.
What's happening? How do you die?
I guess overdoses, maybe.
But what's the overdose?
Yeah,
like, what part of your body is shutting down?
I'm not sure. Also, I'm seeing real quick, it's the main cause of death between Americans age 18 to 45. Isn't that fucking weird?
Yeah.
What if it
came
was
out of nowhere?
8 to 45?
Wait, yeah. That, you know what's weird about it? We're in the middle of a pandemic. Shouldn't the cause of death be from COVID?
You would think.
That's number 2.
Is it? I doubt it.
The suicide's number 3.
Suicide's probably number 2.
So what's scary is like whatever happened that got fentanyl into like spread all around the world and in everyone's drugs and people all of a sudden all got addicted to it. Is that done? Is that going to be put in other things? I mean, I don't know. I've never met anyone who's actually.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, put fentanyl in the water. Oh, because it's good for your teeth.
Yeah, it's just like drinking fluoride.
Right.
Great for your teeth. Like that's why I eat toothpaste because it's the same as drinking fluoride.
Are doctors prescribing this shit to people?
Yeah. That's another funny thing. Like
they were
the biggest drug dealers are doctors.
Go watch that Dope Sick show.
Like I actually know a lot of people from like when like Percocets and OxyContins came out, like 10, 15 years ago. Like a lot of people who you wouldn't think were heroin addicts became like totally normal people, became addicted to morphine or opiates because they started prescribing them like crazy.
Well, they were getting painkillers, and then once the painkillers dried up or they couldn't get prescribed that anymore, then they go to legal sources of opium or whatever.
They would start buying pills from people who didn't want their pills. And then when that source dried up, then they'd be like, fuck it, I'll just go get some heroin. And then they would start snorting the heroin and being like, fuck, I'm running out of money because I'm spending it all on heroin. I bet it might as well make it as what's the word? Like as effective as possible. And they start injecting it.
And I think too, maybe I'm just delving into this world too much, but it seems like a lot of people just really don't give a fuck about any of this shit until it actually is a problem that's right in front of their faces. Like you could see that something bad is formulating and it might be a year away and everyone's like, oh well, fuck it, who cares? Mm-hmm. I mean, just people IRL, like no one cares about. No one knew what inflation was half a year ago.
They still
not
don't.
no one, but a lot of people. Yeah, right.
Because now NBC's saying it's a good thing.
They're saying it's a good thing. I mean, sure, maybe inflation is good. It's healthy to any economy, but only at a certain point. Other than that, everything's gonna fucking cost way too much. Like right now I'm just trying to think of like, what am I gonna spend any savings I have on besides Bitcoin? Like wood? Do I build a shed and just fill it up with copper just so I can sell it later? Or just give up?
I mean, you're a homeowner, so I think you're pretty good. Like if you own a house, you're pretty much set for life because nobody's going to come take the house away from you, right? You own it.
Yeah, that's the only good thing about inflation is if the value of the dollar drops incredibly, then my mortgage payment, I'll pretty much be paying off with toilet paper. Yeah,
and it's like, even if the dollar's worthless, as long as you can buy your groceries and as long as you have your house, does it really matter that much?
Yeah, I got my bugs. I got my pod.
Yeah.
I have everything I need to be happy. Why should I ever try to do anything bigger?
Well, I mean, you have a lot more money than like real poor people, so you'll always be able to afford whatever you want.
Unless you have kids.
Yeah, but Rusty's not going to ever have kids. He's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Well, even that's
one of the leading causes of poverty.
Having kids?
Yeah.
Probably.
I would believe it.
I mean, yeah, I don't want to sound like I'm fucking complaining because my savings are going to go away, but that when the dollar drops, when the value of the dollar drops that drastically, pretty much any money I have is going to be worthless.
Yeah, but we're all in the same boat, right? Like the tide is going to go down for everybody, so we'll all be equally poor, but you still own a home. So you can say that better than most people. So really, like, if everybody's fucked, you're not as fucked as most people.
Are you familiar with land-owning peasants?
No, let's hear about that.
Well, during the Russians, like whenever they're doing the what are the camps called? Where they put all the
Gulag?
Russian people. Yeah, the gulags. Like the Bolshevik Revolution was just poor people against poor people, and they would pick their enemies, and they were just called land-owning peasants. So they were still poor, but they owned land. And
Well,
these
you
are
better
now
keep your address a secret.
the bougie. These are the bourgeoisie now. So yeah, we'll all be in the same boat, except I'll have a house that should be reclaimed. So I'll be against that firing, wall pretty quick. Once that happens, maybe I'll just give up the house and go into hiding. Well, that's just the stark world I've been living in.
Should we do some Patreon questions?
Probably. What was that, Reactor?
Are housing prices doing anything?
I still feel like they're probably still going up. I'm not sure. Everyone's talking about the housing bubble's supposed to pop and whatnot. But, the cost of my house, yeah, the value's gone up. It'll probably drop again. Who knows? I don't know. I feel like maybe I don't know enough about this to even try to have a conversation on it. It's just so confusing.
I just think us
happening.
three have it a lot better than probably over half of this entire country. So
Yes.
if anybody's worried, I don't think us three should be.
No, I think we all should be worried.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
not
not
like-
too bad.
I'm not too worried.
All right. Y'all say that, and then we'll see where we are in another year.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down to 1,200 calories a day. I can survive on peanut butter and jelly. I'll be fine.
I really don't mind eating bugs. That's the one thing that is unbased.
Your Twitter begs
yeah, I
to
kinda
differ,
do.
Rusty.
I know. I say that on there only for the meme, but it's my least based opinion. Is now this new thing of embracing a traditional lifestyle and believing in Santa and not eating bugs. I'm like, eating bugs makes a lot of sense. It just is gross and different.
For you.
Well, it'll make sense for everyone eventually.
Yeah.
Well, do we actually even have Patreon questions?
About 90% of them want to know if there's going to be a new episode tomorrow, but there are a few real questions in here.
Okay.
Yogurt wants to know, my question for Reactor is, you're a multimillionaire, entrepreneur, game designer. Why do you waste your time with this?
I'm bored. I don't know.
That's fair.
Yeah. I don't know. I like doing it.
Yogurt also says that he Chris Chan'd his mom.
Ooh.
Not really a question. Charlie wants to know.
He
what
fucked
is
his mom?
He Chris Chan'd his mom. Who can really say what that means?
I say.
Charlie wants to know.
Christian?
Yeah, Christian. What's the quickest way to make the most amount of money with the least amount of effort? Reactor, I think you might have the answer for this one.
Oh, yeah. So what you do is you get a job at a large conglomerate business like Walmart, for example, Target. And as soon as you're hired, on your lunch break, you start handing out pamphlets to unionize, and they'll fire you. And then you just go to whatever your local workers' rights office is and file a complaint, and they'll pay you off.
Oh, you
That's
don't
actually,
take it to
it's
court?
a good idea.
Yeah, no, you don't have to take them to court. They don't even want to bother.
Oh, good.
You can get
Cokehead-
an easy 10 grand that way.
Rusty, did you have an answer for this one?
No, actually, that's probably the better answer. I couldn't think of anything.
I mean, I think the answer is buy Dogecoin while it's 16 cents.
Oh, well, yeah.
That's pretty low
yeah.
effort.
But that's step 2. You have to get the money from Walmart first.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. I keep forgetting that people can't invest when they don't have money to begin with.
Right. Well, it's 17 cents. I mean, you got to work your way up.
Yeah, I mean, if you got $5, you can buy a few Dogecoin. Good handful of coins.
Yep.
That's the next thing I kind of want to do. If I could take a break from making content, I feel like I would just focus solely on trying to fully understand the market.
Oh, wait, did I ever talk about my I figured out a way to make guaranteed profit from the stock market?
No, what invest in the S&P?
It was right before COVID hit, so I abandoned the whole thing because I was like, this is too risky because the whole market's going to change. Turns out, like I looked at it last December after a year of COVID, and it turned out I would have made even more money than I thought.
Yeah.
But it was like, no, uncertain.
Wait, so
future,
what's the secret method? What do I have to do?
Basically, I'll just say it. There's a biotech. Basically, these drug companies they spend money making these drugs, and then they have to bring it in front of the FDA for an approval, and that's called a PDUFA date. Like they have these like councils that look at their statistics of their drug, how effective it is, how dangerous, and they approve them or deny them. So in the market, people use it as like a gambling thing. So let's say Pfizer's about to come out with a new drug, and in 2 weeks they are going before the FDA to get approved or denied. These people will buy in 2 weeks before the date, because if it gets approved, that means the stock's going to rise a lot. But if it gets denied, then it drops. So these people are kind of like gambling, unless they have inside information, which I'm sure some of them do.
Nancy Pelosi.
What I figured out is if you get in 40 business days before the PDUFA date and get out 1 day before the date, you generally make a profit based on, if you do it to certain circumstances, like only stocks that are under $10. Because these are the ones that they seem to gamble on the most.
So everyone's buying into it, waiting for this date, and you're just riding the train
I'm getting
upward.
in even earlier and like riding the increase that they create, but I'm not sitting around for the gamble.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, shit. Let me know if you get any hot stock picks.
Well, I mean, you can. I made a back tester in Google Sheets that would like do math and like check like the past investments. Had I invested in them in this way, would I have made money? And like sometime like based on like basically I put a date until a date, and like as if I had played that amount of time, and I make anywhere from like 20% return on investment to like I actually saw like 200%.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but it generally it's like probably like 30% return on investment if you're just always doing it. Because you do lose sometimes. Sometimes it's just you generally win more than you're losing.
Right.
So you are winning.
Why don't you actually invest in that then?
Because it's tedious, and I have to like watch the market every day and watch my Google Sheet to see when I'm supposed to invest. And if you miss the date, because like it's got to be so specific, because you can't just like half-ass it. You have to like always like a robot. If I had a like some sort of bot that invested for me, yeah, I would do it. But I'm even too lazy to make one of those.
Well, that sucks. So the answer is right there. It's just slightly unobtainable.
No, I mean it's obtainable if you want to put the work in.
Right.
But I have better things to do.
Mumkey, do we have more questions?
I mean, sort of. Cokehead Tortoise wants to know what's the best unconventional use of a shop vac.
Oh, okay. Here's a good use for a shop vac. So when your AC breaks, a lot of times it's a very simple issue. Like AC stops working. It's because there's like a pipe that drains out fluid. It normally runs from your inside central AC unit outside through a pipe, but it'll get filled up with like scum and bacteria and algae and shit. And then water will back up and it'll kind of trigger this switch that causes your AC to turn off. So if you get a shop vac, you can get like an adapter or some tape and tape it around the outside of the pipe and actually just suck all the scum out of the drainage pipe, and that usually fixes the AC. Or you could put your cock in it, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Wet Manager wants to know if we've ever had sex with a fat bitch. You guys ever stick it in a land whale? We all know Rusty has.
I got a blowjob from this girl that had a colostomy bag, I think. It was pretty gross.
Was she obese or not?
She was a little chunky. I wouldn't say obese. But I was really high, and I was like, I didn't really know how to...
Did she show it to you?
I just saw something. Like, it was like... I don't know. I was like drunk and high. I was at the end of the night, and I was like, as she was took her shirt off. I was like, that's
no.
a thing. I don't know if it was a classmate. I don't know what else it could be though. Like, are there other types
Her
of
purse?
like plastic things that would be taped somewhere on your side?
Is this a story from elementary school?
No, this is like 6 years ago, 7 years
Okay.
ago.
You didn't ask what it was?
No, I was just trying to ignore it.
You said, "Hey, why do you have a bag full of shit next to you?"
Is that shit? What's in that bag?
What's that smell?
What is that?
Are those things smell proof?
I fucking sure hope so.
Wait,
There's this
so-
homeless guy.
You're right. Can you imagine just walking around like smelling like shit because you have your intestines on the outside?
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine it does. There's like this homeless guy that walks by the bar and shows everyone his colostomy bag, I guess, to invoke
To
sympathy.
flex.
To flex.
I don't want to like further this tangent, but one of the interesting things I've seen in a doctor's office was there was like I was waiting in the doctor's waiting room or whatever, or like, you know, when you're waiting to be seen in the like the private room, and they had a poster on the wall that was like explaining phantom rectum. So apparently, if you have a colostomy bag and like I don't know, I guess you still feel like you have a rectum.
Oh, like you still do have a rectum, but you still feel the urge to shit out of it, I
Yeah,
guess?
or something like that. Yeah.
What is a colostomy bag for? I mean, you still have your rectum, right? That's
I think it's like
it's like a tube.
they basically put a butthole on your abdomen.
Yeah, that's actually is pretty interesting. Like you would
because-
still feel the urge to shit because that's what your brain was wired to feel.
I think with a colostomy bag, because your butthole's now connected, like they route your intestines right out your like by your belly button or whatever, and humans don't control their intestines like they do their rectum, so you basically shit whenever it wants.
So if that girl wanted anal, you'd have to fuck the colostomy hole.
I bet people have done that actually.
Rusty did.
Would their actual asshole would probably be really clean, right? Because
There's that. Oh, that's a
That ruins
good
the
point.
appeal.
Oh, it does.
What's the point of anal if you don't get shit on your dick?
all
okay.
the fun's gone.
That's why people do that, right? Because they want shit on their dick.
Yeah, a little blood, shit, a little vomit.
Wait, there's blood too? Fuck.
I think another reason they might do it is if it's the only hole.
True. Yeah, if you were a creature that only had an anus.
Yeah, or you know.
Yeah.
Like-
That's how trans women do it.
Well, should we wrap this episode up then?
Mochi wants to know, was canceling my Patreon subscription a good financial investment? So I think we should ban them from the server.
Yeah, if they're not a patron anymore, then
Should I
then they
actually
shouldn't
ban
be in the
them?
Discord. I don't know.
I guess
I'll let you guys vote.
we could check if they are patrons.
I mean, if they said that they canceled it, they canceled it. And really, we
Yeah,
haven't
I
had
don't
an
wanna-
episode in a month.
I don't want to call any of our patrons liars, so I think we should just assume
Just
they're
ban
telling the
them?
truth. Yeah.
Yeah. So is
Yeah.
that 3 yeses for banning Mochi?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, I'll do it right now.
All right, sorry, Mochi.
Well,
And-
he would actually be brought back in if
You
he
know what?
signed up again, right?
Yeah, I'm not going to ban. I'm going to kick. So if you want to come back in, all you got to do is be subscribed. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
Okay, well, with that, I think that is the end of this episode. Are we going to return next week or next year?
Both.
Should we try to do? We should probably try to do another. Well, guys, it's gonna be a little bit busy, isn't it? Next week. So what? The 29th? Yeah, I mean, I could do it next week.
I think
Yeah.
Eggy will be at my house by then, so he could probably come on too.
All right.
What episode is this? We're getting close to 50. Is Tim still gonna come on or what?
I don't think he ever was.
Oh,
Wait.
man.
You want me to tell him not to?
Yeah, no, I say, tell him that we were defending him against Ari the Rugged Man, and the least he could do is take time out of his very valuable day to completely ruin his business
Reputation.
by- yeah, his reputation. Okay, well, thank you everyone who still is a patron. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm sure by next week we'll have the Ghislaine Maxwell results, and we'll know if the world's going to shit or
Yeah,
if
we'll
I'm
probably
gonna-
be the only news source reporting on the results. So if you
Yeah.
want to hear that, tune in.
Yeah.